Hi, bro. So, yesterday we had a discussion about Python installation process, and after that, we discussed about what is the variable and the variable syntax, and after that, print method and repetition, concatenation. We discussed these basic concepts only. So, just observe here Python is a open source directly from python.org. We can download the Python software and we can install with the two simple clicks only. And after that, what is the variable? Variable nothing but we can store the data here. What is the syntax of the variable? Variable name equal to value. We can store any kind of data also. And next one is print method. With the help of print method, we can print different statements on the screen. And after that, repetition. Repetition nothing but repeating a string multiple times. And the last one is about concatenation. So here we are going to add two strings only. So these are the basics. We had a discussion in yesterday's session. And today we are going to discuss another method is called input method. So what is the input method here? For example, observe here, whenever we open any application, simply they may ask you enter your name. Cursor will blinking here automatically. We supposed to enter our name. After that, enter your age, etc. So here what happened? They are going to collect users' information only. So here, with the help of input method, we can collect inputs from the visitor. We can collect information from the visitor only. Then what is the syntax of the input method? This is also same like print method only. So just observe here. I have one application. Here I want to ask enter your name, enter your age. Like this I want to ask. Then how to ask? So just open the file. How to open? Right click on the file and click on edit with ideally here. And here first input method, input of enter your statement. For example, enter your name. And here enter your name is string. So add the single quotes or double quotes here. Now execute. You can see here they are asking enter your name. For example, I have entered ABC here. So no errors. And similarly, here you can see after the name I want to provide some space or any some colon or something. You can provide anything in between the quotes, no problem. Whatever we entered, same thing will be displayed on the screen. For example, after the name I want to provide some space. Again I want to provide some colon. Again some space. Now execute here. Same thing they are displaying here. Why? Because we have added the double quotes. And now my requirement is visitor will enter his name. After that, we have to display the visitor name on the screen. So for example, I have one variable name equal to some Ravi. If you want to print Ravi on the screen, simply we have to print variable name, print of name. So Ravi displayed. Now what is my target? I want to ask the visitor enter his name so that I want to display his name on the screen. Simply instead of value, instead of Ravi, you just to mention input method only. And now observe here, enter your name. I have entered ABC. So now what is the this value? Simply it became ABC only. When we are going to print the name, they will display the name on the screen. This is about how to collect the inputs from the visitor and how to display. And now just observe here. Here I am going to display some statement. Hello, Mr. Here I have mentioned name. For example, here you can see compulsory after the statement we have to provide comma. So enter your name ABC. Now observe here, hello Mr. ABC. So like this, we can collect inputs from the visitors only. And now observe here, I am going to perform addition program. A value and B value. After that, A plus B. Now execute. Here A value 10, B value 20, total 30. So now what is my requirement is, so here I'm not going to provide 10 and 20 manually. I want to ask the visitor whatever he entered, I want to perform addition operation. So simply I'm going to mention input of enter A value. I have entered. And similarly, I'm going to ask B also. So enter B value. Now just observe here A value 10 and B value 20. So now they will perform 10 plus 20 so that they supposed to display 30 only. But here what happened? Instead of 30, they are showing 10 20 only. Why? Because whenever we are going to collect inputs from the visitor, by default Python will consider as a string. So yesterday we discussed about concatenation. For example, A value hi, B value hello. So what is the output? Hi, hello they will display. Similarly, A value 10, B value 20. Here we know these are the integers, but Python consider as a string. So that's why here which operation perform? Addition or concatenation? Here concatenation has been performed. Then how to collect integers from the users? If you want to collect integers, simply you have to mention entire statement inside of int method. So int of input method, nothing but whatever visitor entered, automatically they will convert into integer format only for numbers only. So now just observe here. So A value and B value, now addition operation perform. So this is about the concept how to work out with addition and concatenation with the help of input methods only. So just observe here, this is about input method. Now we have a clarity how to collect the inputs, how to print the statements, and how to write the simple programs also. Here, no need to use any curly braces and no need to use any semicolons end of the line also. And when we observe some other programming like C or Java, simply whenever they are going to create the variable, they supposed to mention A equal to 10, some int B equal to 20. Like this, they will mention the data type. So here we know 10 is the integer, but in other programming languages, they have to mention the data type. But in Python, not required. Whatever we entered, immediately Python will identify. So no need to mention any int or something. So you can enter something, Python will identify. That's why in Python there is no data types concept. So no need to use any data types. But for our knowledge purpose, we should know in Python how many data types are available. Here data types is inbuilt feature only. So first of all, what is the data type? So just observe the meaning data type, nothing but what type of data we are using, we should know that. So there are four different types of data available. First one is numbers, these are one data type, and strings, these also one data type. Third one is Boolean, and the last one is sequence data type. So numbers, strings, Boolean, and a sequence. These are the four different data types are available here. So first one is numbers, either positive value or negative also consider as numbers only. So here numbers are called, you can call digits or otherwise we can say integers also. And in this numbers data type, we have three sub-different data types are available. Three sub-different. First one is int, second one is float, third one is about complex. These are the three different data types are available here. First one is int and the second one is float and the third one is complex. So first one int, what is the int value? Int value nothing but in your number, if there is no decimal point, if there is no point, that is int only. In case in your number, if you have decimal point, for example, 1 to 0.23 so. So here there is no decimal point and here we have decimal point. So this is the difference between int or float. You can use positive or negative also, no problem. And after that, third one is complex. Simply we can say these are imaginary numbers. For scientific calculations, people are going to use this complex data type. They're supposed to assume some values. For this purpose, they are going to use complex data type. So just observe one thing. Here I have one number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it int value or float value? We know it is an int value. In case in my system, if I want to check, in my device I want to check. If you want to check the data type, for this we have to use one method is called type method. So by using print method, we can print the statements. By using input method, we can collect inputs from the users. By using type method, we can check the data type only. And now observe here. For example, a equal to 100. How to check the data type? First type method, type of variable name is a. Now they will check the data type. Now I want to print this result on the screen. That's why add entire statement inside of the print method. Now execute here. Simply they are showing int only. For example, here I am going to use some negative value. Now observe here, still int value only. So in case if one or two numbers, simply we can identify. For example, so somewhere he mentioned. So we supposed to check from starting onwards, right? In case if you want to check manually. But here we have a type. So simply they will return float only. Why? Because here we have decimal point. This is about int and at the same way float here. And complex, nothing but imaginary. They're supposed to write the format is like this. For example, a plus ij or a plus bj. Like this, they will write this some format. Here, a having some value, b having some value. So here, a is the real number, real part, and b is the imaginary part. They will assume b having some value. So like this, just for assumption only, they are going to perform some calculations. So in development platform, we are not going to use any complex data type. Simply we are going to work out with int or float only. But in Python, no need to mention any int or float before the variable name. Why? Because here data type is the inbuilt feature. When we enter the data, automatically Python will be identified. So for example, when we are using input methods, for example, input of enter your age. So here, if you want to collect the age, nothing but numbers only, right? So if you want to collect, so just observe here, before we have to mention int only. So now we can see here 50 he entered and I want to check the data type. So type of a. Now observe here, age is 50. They are showing int only. But in next case, similarly int, if you want to allow float values from the user, If you want to allow float values, you just mention float here. For example, enter price. So 50.3652. This is the price. So observe here. Here it is the float value only. So if you want to accept float values, before the input you have to specify float, or otherwise you just mention int only. In case if you want to allow normal string format, you just use input method. So this is about the concept how we are going to work out with the numbers data type. And what is the second one? Second one is about strings data type. So what is the string? String nothing but group of characters. Why? Because group of characters may generate one string. Here you can say hello. H is one character, E is one character, L is one character, O is one character. Here group of characters may generate one string. That's why string is nothing but group of characters only. In any programming language also, when we are going to create a character or a string, compulsory we have to provide single quotes or double quotes. But in Python, we have multiple options are there. So before the starting of the string, in case if you want to mention, you just to mention single quotes, no problem. Or otherwise, you just to mention double quotes also, or otherwise you just to mention triple single quote starting, triple single quotes ending, or otherwise triple double quotes starting, triple double quotes ending. You can use any one also, no problem. But a majority of the people are going to use single quotes or double quotes. Why? Because easy to write. And now observe one more thing. So whenever we are starting with the single quotes, compulsory we have to close with the same. Somebody are going to start with the single, somebody are going to end with the double only. So it is invalid syntax only. This is the we should observe. And the next thing, whenever you found anything in between the quotes like numbers or whatever, simply you have to consider as a string only. So observe here, GF will be there. Is it string or not? It is string only. Why? Because quotes are there. And now 1, 2, 3, 4 will be there. Is it a string or an integer? So it is string only. Why? Because paired with the single quotes. So, and next, for example, I have mentioned one Boolean value true. So this is also considered as a string. So like this, when we are working with the string, compulsory we have to add the quotes. So just observe here. J equal to high. So they are showing the data type is string. And next one, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Execute here. You can see still they are showing string only. For example, I am going to specify some special characters. So still they are showing string only. Why? Because quotes are there. For example, if there is no quotes, now observe here invalid syntax, nothing but syntax error only. So this is about the concept of the string data type. And observe one thing, when we are working with a string, we have to remember these 3 points. First one is don't start your string with numbers. In your string, don't use numbers. Second one, don't start your string with unnecessary spaces also. Third one, don't start your string with special characters like symbols, at the rate, dollar, hash symbol, etc. These are the 3 important points we should remember while creating a string. So just observe here. For example, if here I am going to mention 1, 2, 3 high. So you can say whenever we are going to call this 1, 2, 3 high, it is invalid, right? And in case if I am going to mention space space, now how we are going to spell this? Space 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 high. This is also invalid. Or otherwise at the rate hash high. So this is also invalid only. So compulsory we should remember these 3 points when working with string data type. And now what is the third one? Third one is about Boolean data types. Boolean values are nothing but true and false only. Compulsory T and F should be uppercase. In case if we are going to use the small letters, simply they will consider as a string only. So here true and false also look like string only, right? But these are the Boolean data types. That's why no need to add any codes for this Boolean. So when we are going to use the Boolean data types, when we are working with the conditions, they will return the result in the form of Boolean only. For example, a value 10, b value 20, two variables are there. If I am going to check a less than b, what is the result? 10 less than 20. So is it true or false? It is true only. True nothing but Boolean value. Observe here. A equal to true. We can see color also changed. Why? Because these are the keywords. These are the fixed words. Python will provide you some fixed words. Every word having some fixed meaning only. So now refresh, execute. It is showing Boolean data type. For example, by mistake, I have added the codes. Now which data type? They will convert into string data type only. For example, here I am going to use all lowercase characters. Now check here. Simply they will return string. So string don't have any quotes. That's why they are showing error only. So just to add the quotes here. Now there is no error. This is about how we are working with the Boolean only. So now observe here. I have a value and b value. Here I am going to check a less than b. Now execute. Here result is true. True nothing but Boolean. So this is about our third data type is available Python. And the last one is about sequence data type. In our core Python, almost 2 to 3 sessions, we are going to work out with sequence concepts only. So generally, what is the meaning of the sequence? Sequence nothing but whenever we are going to arrange some group of elements in particular order, simply we can say this is one sequence. For example, I have 10 students data. Based on their roll number, I am going to list out. So that is one sequence, right? Based on their marks, I am going to list out. That is one sequence. Like this, if we are going to arrange group of elements in particular order in some efficient manner, that is one sequence only. In Python, we have couple of sequences are available. First one is about list. Second one is tuple. Third one is set. And the fourth one is Trojan set. And the last one is about dictionary. So list, tuple, set, Trojan set, and dictionary. These are the different type of sequences are available here. So each and every sequence we are going to discuss in detail in entire core Python. These are very, very important concepts as well. As of now, just we should know that what is the sequence and what are the sequences are available. This is about our data types concept here. So just observe here, data type nothing but what type of data we are using in our program, we should know that. There are different type of data types are available. First one is about numbers, second one is string, boolean and sequence. So in numbers, we have again three sub different data types are available. First one is int, second one float, third one complex. And int is nothing but without decimal point, and float nothing but with the decimal point. Complex nothing but these are the imaginary numbers only. Second one, strings. When we are working with strings, compulsory we have to add single quotes or double quotes or triple single quotes or triple double quotes. And the third one is Boolean. Boolean values are true and false. Compulsory T and F should be uppercase. There is no quotes are required. If we are going to add the quotes here, automatically they will consider as string only. And the last one is sequence. In the sequence, we have different sequence are there like a list, tuple, set, Trojan set, and dictionary. This is about data types concept and the input method. And now we are going to discuss one very important and easy concept is called string methods. So next concept is string methods. Already we know what is the string. So string is nothing but group of characters. And what is the string method? By using string methods, we can convert a string from one format to another format. So what is the one format to another format? For example, I have a string hello. Here all our lowercase characters are there. My requirement is I want to convert hello into uppercase, or otherwise I want to capitalize only H only, or otherwise I want to replace with some zero instead of L. I want to count total how many characters are there. Like this, if you want to perform different operations on a string, you have to use string methods only. These string methods are applicable on only string only. In case if we try to apply on the integer, they may return unsupported format. So here already we know method is nothing but compulsory end of the name. We have to provide brackets only. In the string methods, we have 10 to 15 different type of string methods are there. Each and every string method having some separate functionality. So the first string method is upper. So first upper method. So upper following by parenthesis. And what is the use of the upper method? With the help of upper method, we can convert a string into uppercase. So already I have lowercase string. If you want to convert into uppercase, which method we have to use? Upper method. So for example, here I have a string data equal to hello. So now my requirement is I want to convert lowercase hello into uppercase. For this we have to use upper method. Then how to apply? For this we have to follow this syntax. Simply mention variable name dot method name only. Then automatically they will convert. So observe here. So data equal to some ABCD. This is my string, and I want to convert into uppercase alphabets. So what is the syntax? Variable name dot method name. Here what is the variable name? Data dot. What is the method name? Upper method. So they will convert. But I want to print this result on the screen. That's why add entire statement inside of the print method. And now execute here before lowercase, and now it became uppercase only. This is about the concept how we are going to apply upper method on a string. And now reverse. What is the next one? Lower method. With the help of lower method, we can convert a string into lowercase only. If we want to convert a string into lowercase, you have to use lower method. So for example, currently I have a string some data equal to ABCD. Here ABCD are the uppercase characters. Now my requirement is with the help of lower method, I want to convert into lowercase. Now execute here. Simply we have mentioned ABCD. This is about the process how to convert uppercase to lowercase and lowercase to uppercase here. And after that, the third one is about swap case. For example, few characters are upper, few characters are lower. Now my requirement is I want to convert uppercase into lowercase and lowercase into uppercase at a time only. If we want to convert at a time upper to lower, lower to upper, just use swap case method. For example, if I am using upper method, what happened? All the characters will be converted. but I don't want to convert HE into upper. Why? Because already uppercase only. So in this case, I am going to apply swap method. Observe here A, B, C, D. Now I want to convert uppercase AB into lowercase. Swap case. Execute here. Before AB upper now became lowercase, and before CD lowercase now became uppercase only. And now the next one is, for example, I have all lowercase characters are there. If you want to convert into uppercase, we are using upper method. But here my target is only I want to convert first character only. If you want to capitalize your first character, we have to use capitalize method. So with the help of capitalize method, we can capitalize the only first character in your string. So just use capitalize method. Now execute here. You can see before and now it became. So this is about how we are going to capitalize the string. And the next case, for example, Hyderabad city, India. I have string like this. Now my target is I want to convert each and every character in every string first character into uppercase only. So already we know by using capitalize only we can convert first word first character. But here my target is I want to convert all the strings. But here what happened? Only H has been converted, but the city in India still lowercase only. In case if you want to convert every word first character into uppercase, we have to use title method. So with the help of title method, we can convert a string into title case only. So observe here, when we are working with any type of titles, for example, welcome to some ABC trainings. So like this, we are going to mention every word first character uppercase. Why? Because this is the main title, right? So similarly, if you want to convert a string into title case, just use title method. Now observe here, every word first character became uppercase only. Now just observe what is the difference between capitalize and title method. Capitalize nothing but only first word first character. Title method is nothing but every word first character. This is about capitalize and title method. And now the next one is about starts with. For example, already I have a string. String name is data equal to hello. My requirement is I want to check above string is starting with X or not. So here what happened? If you want to check given string is starting with specified element or not, you have to use starts with only. In case if above string is starting with a specified element, they will return true, or otherwise they may return false only. Observe here. For example, here string is Hyderabad, and here my requirement is I want to check above string is starting with Z or not. So starting with, that's why we have to use starts with method. Starts with method. Which character you want to check? Z. Now what is the result? False they return. Why? Because here it is starting with H only. For example, here I am going to mention H. So they return true only. In case if I am going to mention uppercase H, still it return false only. This is about the concept how to check given string is starting with specified element or not. So similar to starts with, we have another method is called ends with also. Same. If we are going to check end character, you just use ends with method only. For example, so in above string ending with H or not, I want to check. You can see it written false. For example, if I am going to mention D, now observe here, it became true only. So like this, starting and ending characters also, we can work with the help of starts with and ends with methods only. So these are the different type of string methods are available. So similar to these methods, we have around some 10 different methods are available. So we'll discuss in next session. So observe here, today we discussed about first one is input method, and the second one is data types concept, and the third one is string methods concept. Okay, so we have few more string methods. After that we have Boolean methods also available. So remaining string methods and Boolean methods we'll discuss tomorrow. And today I will send you few assignments related to repetition, concatenation, and these string methods only. So just to work out those. So clear, Meher and Shweta?
Yes, sir.
Okay.